Tiffany Tahoe was not arrested. I repeat, Tiffany Tahoe was not arrested. She is not in FBI custody. I do have the information about what's really going on, and I'm going to share that with you. You definitely want to stick around for that.
And it saddens me because people are doing anything just to get a click, a view, get ratings, things of that nature. Educate the public on fake news. Do your research before you guys start tuning into the dumb stuff.
As always, I tell you, I will never make up headlines on Tiffany Tahoe. It's so much stuff going on with her, she could never hit me with the fake news. So Tiffany Tahoe, you already know I'm going to tell the truth about you. So there's no need to tell a lie. That's why before we got started, I wanted everybody to know that Tiffany is not in custody. I had a few people in the comments saying breaking news, she got arrested. She did not get arrested. Wanted to clear that up first. But yeah, I got the real deal on what's going on with her. But before we get into that, the super city girl mayor, she continues to drain the resources of Dolton and Thornton Township. She is a huge liability as more and more former employees are stepping up, calling her out and filing lawsuits. And while she's out here trying to get everybody to feel sorry for her because she's a black woman.
Y'all, if y'all ain't got it, I don't know what to tell you. I am a black single parent. And I get beat up on every day.
How is it that all the people that's coming out saying the nasty things that she's done to them, the wrongful illegal terminations, the unethical behavior they're accusing her of, she's been doing all of this to black women?
It's sad that she had this wonderful platform and she just destroyed everything and anything. She's affected a lot of people's lives and she just doesn't care. She didn't want us to process business licenses and permits for certain business owners.
How do you know that? Did she personally talk to you about that, or how did you know it was coming from her?
Yeah, she told me personally, because one business owner in particular, I told her, I said, there's no reason for this business owner not to get his permits. And she said, I don't care, have his lawyer, contact our lawyer.
Whatever, I do what I want.
I'm also the supervisor of Thornton Township. So when do I have time for little people? I don't. They beneath me.
She's bankrupting the town. The town doesn't have any money, and it's not going to have any money for a long time.
Take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. In a moment, we're going to get into an update on Mayor Porkchop, the unnamed trustee, and the Las Vegas trip, but I want to start with the latest lawsuit. Take a look.
3 former village employees are now taking legal action against Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard for what they described as a toxic work environment that eventually led to their wrongful terminations.
The way she treated me and other people was wrong.
Sabisha Williams is one of 3 former village employees suing Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard and the village of Dolton.
These 3 cases are all based around the same premise, that these are wrongful terminations at the hands of Mayor Henyard and her administrations.
All 3 of the former employees say they were fired at some point near the end of 2022. Williams says the workplace environment worsened about a year before that, starting with the mayor asking her to do things that she says were unethical.
Withhold building permits, business licenses to people that didn't donate to her campaign or just people she didn't like in general.
You see, this is exactly what the bar owners talked about. Remember, Tiffany Tahoe wouldn't give them their business licenses, and she shut down 2 businesses right away after they spoke to the news?
Everything going peacefully, nothing going on. It's like 10 police cars came in and they start pushing customers from here, and he said, if you don't leave, we're gonna lock you up.
Employees and owners say it's part of an ongoing campaign of harassment by Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard that is costing jobs and money. Their business licenses have been stripped by Dolton, but they've continued to operate with a state license.
I have like over 23 employees. They work from the local township. Now, end of the day, all the employees, they're gonna lose their job.
It's ridiculous. We all have mouths to feed. We all have kids. They're not giving us no explanation.
Remember, she did the same thing to Mr. Gardner. She's been doing this to dozens of businesses and organizations, the ones who won't pay her ransom. Shout out to Trustee Tammy Brown. She called it the Queen's ransom.
withhold building permits, business licenses to people that didn't donate to her campaign or just people she didn't like in general.
Williams says she continued to raise concerns about that with the mayor, but she was later moved to the water department before eventually being fired.
I was the only person at that time that knew how to process business licenses, but they moved me to the water department anyway.
Another complaint in a lawsuit on behalf of former Public Works Department employee Karen Johnson claims that she was intentionally treated differently from other similarly situated employees and that there was no rational basis for the difference in treatment. The lawsuit also states Henyard restricted certain village and/or township employees' access to village and/or township buildings. It's all part of a lengthy list of accusations against Mayor Henyard, which also allegedly included a tarnished relationship with her village trustees.
We did a mock trial to practice muting the trustees because she didn't want the trustees to have a voice. In her words, she was at war with the trustees.
She made them mute the trustees when they talked in meetings because she did not want the residents to hear them. This had to be back when they did those Zoom meetings.
One of the former employees is hoping to get her job back from this lawsuit, while the other two are just hoping to move forward, as they say this has caused emotional and financial damages.
I didn't want to file at first, but it just didn't sit well not to do nothing.
So a court date is still pending for these lawsuits. We did reach out to Mayor Tiffany Henyard, as well as the Village of Dolton and the village trustees for comment, but we have not heard back. From Dolton, Mayor Kawash, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
I don't think a lot of people understand how horrible this woman is and how she's destroying Dolton, destroying the businesses, their families, the employees, their families. So many people impacted by her actions. But she's able to get up in every meeting and act like she's the victim, like somebody did something to her, when she's the one running around doing something to everybody else. Now on to the update with this Vegas situation. I want to make sure everybody heard it because I still have people coming right now in my comments telling me that Tiffany Tahoe got arrested. Listen, Tiffany Tahoe did not get arrested. If Tiffany Tahoe got arrested and she was detained, I will tell you that.
Alrighty then. Developments after a new complaint is reported in Dolton.
And Elizabeth Matthews is standing by with more on what we know so far. Elizabeth?
Sylvia and Terrence, police sources are telling us that there was a police report filed here this week on Wednesday about an out-of-state assault filed here in South Holland with South Holland Police that's actually connected to a Village of Dolton and Thornton Township work trip to Vegas last year. The chief of police here in South Holland tells us that no one's been arrested and there are no warrants out for anyone's arrest. But here's what we do know. Sources are telling Fox 32 that this police report coincides with an ongoing investigation by the Illinois Department of Human Rights. A complaint was filed with that department claiming sexual assault and retaliation against Tiffany Henyard, the Dolton mayor and Thornton Township supervisor. A former employee of Henyard says she was sexually assaulted by a Dolton trustee during a Vegas trip last year. The complaint says she was disoriented and didn't know how she woke up in the trustee's hotel room. Then when she spoke out about it, she was retaliated against and later fired. The South Holland police chief says they have shared what they now know with out-of-state police.
Right now, we are cooperating with the state of Nevada. We are waiting to hear back from them as far as where they're at with this investigation. We would like to provide them our full cooperation, but based on the investigation, I'm limited to certain things that I can't expound on.
So again, while this police report was filed here in South Holland this week on Wednesday, just 2 days ago, no one has been arrested. The investigation is ongoing. Live in South Holland, Elizabeth Matthews, Fox 32, Chicago.
All right, Elizabeth, thank you.
So there it is. Mayor Porkchop did not get arrested. None of my sources told me she was in custody. I don't know who was telling you this on YouTube, but it is not true. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started below in the comments. Let me know what you think about all of this. Shout out to our brothers Dexter and Dark Power, as well as our sisters Tina and Kimbo. I appreciate you all for showing support. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.